Joe. Welcome to Australia Wide Training. My name is Josh Parker and I'm a trainer and assessor here at AWT. So today we'll be going through BSB CMM 211, Apply Communication Skills.
Okay.
So what's your background?
My background,
Working at a call centre?
yeah,
Yeah.
and I just answer phones and
Yep.
do that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So,
So dealing with client.
client, just
No worries at all. So,
communication.
yeah, pretty important.
Yes.
A little bit about myself. The last 10 years I've actually been a contractor before becoming a trainer.
Mhm.
And yeah, honestly, this was probably the course I needed to do. It encompasses everything that we do, whether we're at home, at work, just navigating the world. Communication is probably the most important thing we do every day. It's what we're doing right now.
Yep.
It's what we do with our friends, with our family, with our co-workers, absolutely with our clients. So yeah, I'm hoping that you'll gain some really meaningful some knowledge from this course.
Yep.
And yeah, it'll help in your workplace especially. So,
Perfect, that'd be great.
so just a little bit of housekeeping. Obviously no food and drink please in the training area. If you want to have a drink of water or that's fine, just with a lid on top, that'll be fine. Just silence your phone or put it on do not disturb or shut it down if that's alright, just so we don't have any disruptions during the training session. The toilets are sort of just down the hallway there and around the corner. In the event of an emergency, just follow my directions. You'll hear a pretty loud audible alarm, so no matter what that is, just follow me. We'll go straight out the exit door there. All the exits are pretty clearly marked, and our assembly area is just out the front on the grassed area.
Good,
Alright.
thank you. Yeah.
This one kind of goes without saying, no smoking or vaping.
Yes,
I
no.
don't think it should be an issue
No.
for either of us.
No.
Before we do get started, I do need to take a record of attendance just to prove that everyone's here.
Yeah.
Do you have any concerns or queries about the training or any of the tasks we'll be doing this today?
Just I'm not familiar with the internet
Okay, yeah,
and
so
that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm really not. So you'll have to really be basic for me with that.
that's okay.
And yeah, last year I broke my arm.
Yep.
So for writing and everything, I do get a bit of discomfort after a little while.
Yeah, no
So,
worries. So
yeah.
with internet issues, no problems at all. Everything that we're doing today is based on the PowerPoint slides here, and you don't need to access the internet for anything related to the course. You don't need to access any digital media or anything like that. And as far as the writing goes as well, we do have one very short writing task, but I'll be assisting you with that. I do require you to write some answers down in response to a question, but it's pretty basic and it won't take very long. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, we'll
Great.
see how I go.
Also, just in regards to the digital skills, I've printed out all of the slides too.
Okay.
So it might be a bit easier for you to follow on if you prefer to read rather than looking at a screen.
Yeah.
But basically what's on the screen will be right here in this folder.
Okay.
The activities in there as well,
Yep.
but we'll come back round to that.
Yep. No,
Okay.
that's great.
Also, I have done a brief risk assessment of the workspace. So we do have a cable just trailing down here to a PowerPoint. It's all been tested and tagged, but we're just going to avoid walking around the side of the table, not moving around anywhere, so that should be fine.
Yeah.
And just basic stuff, slips and trips. We've got a bit of ventilation because it's a warm day and all the lights are on, so we're not sitting in the dark.
Yep.
The lighting level is comfortable for you as well.
Yeah,
It's not too
perfect.
hot, it's not too cold.
It's good. Yeah.
That's great. So we'll just be doing a 30-minute training session, and that's it for today.
Okay. Perfect. Good.
So by the end of this training session, you'll understand how to communicate effectively with your colleagues in the workplace.
Okay.
So let me say, what is communication? What is communication to you?
Communication to me is having verbal interactions with each other.
Yep.
And yeah, basically that's about it.
Yep.
Any concerns, talking to an actual person.
No worries. So by definition, and it's one of many definitions, that's a really good way you described it.
Yep.
The imparting or exchanging of information by speaking, writing, or using some other medium.
Okay.
So we communicate on so many different levels now.
Yeah.
This is my preferred method of communication, talking face to face,
Yeah.
the old school way.
Yes.
This is the way humans are designed to talk to each other. Obviously, working in a call centre, you spend a lot of time on the phone.
Phones. Yes.
So that's fine. That is your job. And that there are some other dimensions to that we'll get to a bit later.
Yep.
What are some other ways of communication that you think occur in the world?
Oh, it's definitely phones,
Yeah.
social media.
Yeah, social media is a big one.
Social media. Yeah, that's about it. Basically, social media I think is very, very common, especially more around the younger generation for
Yeah.
communication.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's used a lot by business now. So I imagine Sales Service 123, the company you work for, probably uses social media on some. I imagine that's not something you're involved with.
No.
But yeah, they would have someone that does their social media advertising, puts things onto the side banner of people's Facebook profiles or whatever social media platform it is that they're reaching out to people with.
Yeah.
It's a really effective way of communicating with the world.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's lots of other methods of communicating with people. Like you mentioned phones before, we're talking right now, but people use text messages still in professional setting too, which is interesting. Emails are obviously a really important part of communicating these days.
Yes.
Since the pandemic, we've seen a lot more online interactive sort of meetings and that sort of thing. So people are using software like Teams and Zoom and I'm sure there's a million other different types, but those are the ones I'm sort of most familiar with in my workplace.
Yeah.
The old school community notice board, that's a method of communication.
Yes.
You know,
Which is not very often these days.
no, you don't see it around very often.
Yes.
No, that's definitely true. People still write. People still send letters. People still use memos. Believe it or not, internet memes is a method of communication.
Yeah.
I don't know how much good it does,
I
but
was going to say positive or negative.
yeah,
You know?
yeah, it's a bit of both, I think.
Yes.
So why do you think communication is important? I've obviously got a few points there, but why is it important to you?
Look, you see it in a lot of different workplaces. If communication is not actually communicated, things break down.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just breaks down.
Yeah, and when things break down, we end up with misunderstandings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
So effective communication. My biggest aim is to prevent misunderstandings in the workplace. So by understanding what our customers want, you can provide a good service.
Correct.
By giving the customer a good impression of the business, you provide a good service. If you work effectively and collaboratively in your teams with your workmates, you can provide a good service and you prevent misunderstandings.
Yeah.
Okay. And then if you do all those things, you build your organization's reputation. It's only going to benefit you because, and your business, but it's going to benefit you because you're going to be happy to come to work. You know, no misunderstandings at work, or you know, a big decline in negative interactions with your co-workers is going to make it a nicer place to work. You'll feel more of a positive influence on the workplace as well, and that just increases efficiency and gives you job satisfaction. You want to be there, you want to be creative, you want to be helping people. So that all stems from communication. Yeah. So when you are communicating at work, we have quite a few tools that we can use. So we're going to talk about some of those today. We're going to focus a fair bit on what you can do from a verbal point of view, obviously because you're in a call center.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so that is a really important part. Moving on to effective verbal communication. It's really important that you speak clearly when you're talking to somebody. Okay, use easy to understand language. So one of the big errors that I suppose people make is that they try to sound like they're smarter than they actually are. Try and jam in a bunch of words that, you know, they get the thesaurus out of the dictionary, or they've heard a word somewhere and they go, I'm going to use that all the time in conversation. The problem with that is, you know, it's great. Your vocabulary is amazing. But if everyone doesn't, or if no one understands what you're saying, then you know, whatever you're going to be trying to tell your audience is going to be misinterpreted, or the message is going to go straight over their head entirely. And then what happens then?
There's communication breakdown.
Yeah, which leads to misunderstandings in the workplace, between clients, between supervisors. I mean, it happens everywhere, all the time. But also, it's the same for using correct words. You know, so as much as it's nice to know the meaning of really big, important sounding words, you've also got to know what they are. So if you start using those words incorrectly, then the person that is actually smarter than you in the room, who does know the meaning of the word, is going to sit there going, that person is saying a bunch of stuff and they don't know what they're talking about, which is going to be misinterpreted as you're not very good at your job. It's going to lead to misunderstandings in the workplace. It's not going to be showing that the business is, you know, one that they might want to do business with. There's a lot of negative setbacks from just something as simple as that, you know, and it's quite often totally unintentional, you know, supposedly harmless, but these little things can make a big difference. So, the last point is actually active listening. So we'll cover, I've got a little video here to show you about active listening. Yeah, it's probably, it's a really big subject, active listening. It's something that we can all do better at. But yeah, I'll show you the video and have a.
Let's talk about listening. That's easy. We all think we're good listeners, but have you ever done this? Or this? Or this?
Oh dear, I have.
Well, sadly, we all have.
Oh well, if everyone does it, then it can't be that big a deal.
Actually, it is. When we don't listen, we're saying, yeah, what you're saying isn't important.
Oh dear. So, what should I do?
Well, be present and focus when your friend is talking. We call this active listening.
That sounds hard.
Well, the more you do it, the better you become. A great way to practice active listening is to stop.
Like on a stop screen.
Not that kind of stop. It stands for stop, breathe, listen, respond. So first you stop what you're doing. And yes, you guessed it. Then you breathe. Now you're ready to listen and
What if I...
without interrupting. And we don't just listen with our ears. We listen with our whole body.
My body talks?
You picture. Look at Jim over here. What do you think his body is communicating to his friend?
He's bored for sure. So how can I not be like Jim?
Well, make sure your eyes are looking straight at the person talking. Your feet are still on the floor. Your mouth is quiet. No talking or making weird sounds.
What's next?
Now you're ready to respond in a kind and patient way. Find out more about the situation, but don't try to solve everything.
But if I can't solve the problem, what can I say?
So say something to encourage them, like, tell me more, or how did that make you feel, or even, what can I do to help?
So, to be an active listener, I need to stop, breathe, listen, and only then respond.
A+.
Crushed it!
My favorite part out of that whole video is what can you do? So instead of leaping into problem solving mode,
Yes.
ask how can I help? How did that make you feel? Those sorts of questions really drill down to, you know, below the surface of some people, and you'd be amazed what people will open up and tell you. It will also help to open lines of communication by asking an open-ended question like that. So most people just want to be heard. They just want to feel like someone is listening to them and want you to solve all their issues for them. And yeah, that's probably one of the really foundational principles of communicating with people. And you're going to do that all the time on the phone. You're going to interact with a lot of people. They're going to come from lots of different backgrounds. They're going to be under lots of different pressures and stresses. They might be a really good place. Some people, they might not be in a great place. So if you are feeling like you're talking to someone who's not doing so crash hot, you know, instead of trying to solve all their problems for them, just ask, hey, look, how can I help?
Yeah.
And that goes everywhere in life.
Yeah.
I just realised too, we didn't actually take the attendance before, so I might just get you to quickly just fill in your name there.
Yep.
And I'll fill out the rest of the paper. Thank you. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Now this is one of my favourite slides. Get to do a little bit of role play this one. I do.
Okay.
So, a couple of really important, probably the 5 most important things you can do when you're communicating verbally is you can modulate any one of these 5 things. So, you can change your volume, it's how loud you speak. So, where do you think would be an example of somewhere like a really loud voice would be appropriate? Because obviously we're in the office and you can hear people with loud voices, and it's not helpful.
Yeah, no, I think the loud voice would be potentially outside. That
Yep.
would be where you would use it, because I think being inside, it just amps it up.
Yeah, we're in a small room now. If I
Yes.
was yelling at you across
Yeah.
the table,
Yeah.
sitting a metre away, it'd be
Yeah.
pretty confronting, wouldn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
So I guess an appropriate place to use a loud voice would be maybe on the footy field,
Yes,
coach,
yes.
yelling at the kids.
Mm.
Maybe not yelling at them, but you know what I mean.
But,
Got to
yeah.
use a louder voice.
Yeah.
Conversely, using a quieter voice, like in a setting like this,
Mm.
like I don't need to talk loudly for you to understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, correct.
Changing your pitch, so how high or low you speak. Have you ever met someone who's really, really excited? Someone got Taylor
Yes.
Swift tickets. Oh my god! Not only do they change your pitch, but they change their pace,
Yes.
talk really fast,
Yeah.
and the volume. I'm sure you just heard
Goes up.
through the roof.
Yeah.
So when you're making changes to any of these things in how you're verbally communicating, quite often you'll be changing one or more at a time. You can also slow your pace right down. So if you slow your pace down and you lower your pitch and maybe lower your volume, you might come across as sort of a bit more authoritative when you're talking to someone. Like, hey, look, Joe, I really needed you to be at that meeting.
Mhm.
That was slower. It was quieter. You can also come across kind of anxious or introverted as well.
Yes. Yep.
Changing your tone, so changing your voice to represent an emotion. So I can say the same sentence to you two different ways, the exact same words, but the way I say it comes across completely different, and the message is changed too. Like, you ask me how my day was.
Josh, how's your day today?
It was great.
Mm.
Now, do you feel that was a genuine reply?
Yeah.
Ask me again.
Yeah. Josh, how was your day today?
It was great. Yeah,
Not so good.
not quite, hey?
Yeah,
Not the same. Yeah. Also, you're reading my body language. I've
Correct.
looked away from you,
Yes.
hunched my shoulders a bit,
Yeah.
that changes a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Emphasis, this is my favourite part. Stressing a word to highlight its importance.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't take your coffee. It sounds like maybe you've accused me of knocking off your coffee at the shop,
Mm.
but I'm sort of going, hey, no, I didn't take your coffee.
Mm.
I didn't take your coffee.
Yeah.
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 All I had to do was change the emphasis on the word
On the
your,
word, yeah.
and all of a sudden, I did steal someone's, but it wasn't yours.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, those 5 points there are really important to remember,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you're talking on the phone,
Yes.
because like as you saw before, I changed my body language to change my tone,
Mm-hmm.
and as well as my tone of voice.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't. If you're on the phone, you're not going to see me looking away. You're not going to see me and all of my body language,
Mhm.
which we'll cover in a sec.
Yep.
Using the telephone.
Mhm.
So it's still the most widely used method of instant communication at work.
Yep.
All right. And obviously, this is what you guys are all about at Sales Service 123.
Yeah.
So probably the most important thing is just remember the other person, they can't see your expressions, they can't see your face, they can't see any gestures you're making. You probably notice, especially while I'm talking,
Your hand movements.
like
Mm.
Karate Kid.
Mm-hmm.
Can't see any movements you're making whatsoever. Okay, so I'm not too sure if you're like me. I put the AirPods in my ears and I'll walk around and have a conversation with someone. A, I'm moving. B, I'm making all sorts of facial expressions. And quite often, because my hands are free and I don't know what to do with them, they quite will just go on autopilot and they will start doing all sorts of things while I'm talking.
Yeah.
Now, I guess your brain and your body's doing that unconsciously.
Mm-hmm.
You're not completely unaware of it, but what you need to be aware of is that while you're doing all those motions and actions, the person on the other end of the phone, whether you're sitting at a desk at a call centre or you're at home with AirPods in or wherever it is that you're having a conversation, they can't see you.
Yeah.
So your all of your intent needs to be behind your voice. Otherwise, they're not going to understand, or they might not get the full message. So just remember that. Remember to always be polite and respectful, speaking clearly, and that will help you to represent your organisation and yourself with integrity and respect.
Mm-hmm.
You want to treat people with respect, but you also want to be treated with respect. And probably the best way to do that is to model it.
Yeah.
If you are polite to people, in most cases, they're polite back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Using our manners is incredible. How much it works.
It does get a little bit as the day goes on, though.
Mm.
You know, you get to a bit like you're tired, and
Yep.
yeah, you've got to try and keep
Yeah, you've got to
Keep
keep
those
chipping
things,
on, and
yeah.
sometimes you know what, it can be really hard.
Yes.
You know what, communication, active listening, using the telephone, all these things, they're a skill, and we develop a skill by practicing them.
Yep.
And by practicing them, we get better at them.
Yeah.
We also gain a bit more tolerance, and we can sort of go a bit longer. You know, because let's be honest, dealing with people on the phone can be mentally straining sometimes.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's great. So we're going to do this activity.
You okay?
All right. So what we have to do, let me just open my little copy in here as well. Is there are a set of scenarios down here? There are out of those scenarios, I just want you to choose 3. So if you have a bit of a read, you just pick any one of those 3 scenarios or any one of those 3 like statements. Maybe just draw a circle next to whichever one you want to use. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pretend that you're leaving a voicemail. So obviously we haven't got a voicemail set up here, but what I guess you should do is maybe say it or write it down. I do want you to write it down though. So probably the best place to do is to flip it on the back of any one of those bits of paper. So you tell me which ones you want to do, and then we'll go through. I'll do one with you.
Yep.
And then we'll do one together, and then you can do one independently.
Okay.
Alright.
Yep. Sounds good.
Before we do start, just remember, take a breath. It's okay. It's just pay attention to your tone, volume, and speed.
Yep.
But yeah, take a breath first. You know, we're not on trial here.
Yep.
When you are leaving a voicemail, whoever you're talking to, their time is valuable. So just keep your call to the point. Don't try not to ramble on. And whoever you are talking to, and this goes for obviously when you're at work too, they're forming an opinion of the company you work for. So based on that conversation, so just make sure whatever you're saying is professional and make sure they're good points.
Okay.
Okay. So you have a look, and which ones would you like to choose? Any one of those. On the activity handout, so that should be
this
inside your
Is it
folder
in
there.
this one?
Yeah.
Okay, alright, let's have a look here. I think probably you are unwell and cannot come to work.
Yeah, great. So let's do that one together.
Yep.
Have you got something that's a write, even if you want to
Yes,
write on the book
I'll
or on
write
the
on
back of
this.
the page, that's
Yep.
fine.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm well and cannot come into work. Well, if I was leaving this voicemail, it'd be something simple. Hi Joe, I'm really sorry I'm not going to be able to come into work today. I am feeling really under the weather and I need to go see a doctor today. I'll bring a certificate in if you require one. Please just let me know how you'd like to proceed. You can reach me on this phone number.
Okay.
Thank you. Something simple like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So let's write something like that down.
Okay, so hi, you've reached. Oh no, hi. Hi. Just wanna.
That's great. What have you written there, Joe?
Okay. I've got hi. Just want to let you know that I'm not feeling well today and I'm unable to come in. I'm going in to see a doctor and will bring a certificate if you want want to contact me, please call.
That's perfect, and that's professional. Yeah, that's how if I was your supervisor, I'd be very happy that I got that voicemail.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next one, what's another one you'd like to do?
Probably running late for work.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All about apologies today.
Yeah, well, why
Okay.
not?
So what would you say for that one?
For me, I would say, hi, just want to let you know, I'm going to be late for work today. There's been an accident on the motorway. I will be there as soon as I can, and I'm thinking probably about half an hour. Give me half an hour. If not, I will let you know if it's longer than that.
No worries. Now, one thing I will pick up on
Yep.
is you've just left a voicemail. It's going to be sitting on the whatever the phone system is.
Yep.
The one thing you missed was, who are you?
Okay,
But
you already are.
that's fine. If you write that down.
Yep.
Hi, it's Joe.
Hi. Yeah.
There might be more than one Joe in your workplace too, so
Yeah.
Joe Pitt.
Yeah.
That way, whoever's getting that voicemail knows exactly who they're dealing with.
Yeah.
They're not having to guess and they go, right, Joe's not going to be here for half an hour,
Yeah.
and they can plan around that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. No,
That's
that's
perfect.
fine. And another one we could probably do. Probably you want to thank your co-worker for
Oh.
helping with the technical issue at work.
Oh, that's great. So, how would you address that in the
I
voicemail?
would say, okay, hi, Josh.
Yep.
It's Joe here. Just want to thank you for everything that you helped me with today.
Yep.
With helping follow those procedures.
Yep.
You really helped me out a lot, and I just want to say thank you for doing that for me and showing me the way.
That's perfect. That's great.
Yep.
That would be a great voicemail.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay.
I can see you've written both those down.
Yes. Yep.
Awesome.
Cool.
So, thanks for completing that activity. Now we just have a couple of questions.
Okay.
So, 2 things that will assist with clear and effective communication. Bear in mind, there's not really any wrong answers here. So, what do you think?
Speaking.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
And speaking well and asking questions.
Yeah. And asking questions is about active listening.
Yep.
Yeah. So, you're speaking clearly, plain simple language,
Yep.
simple stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, when speaking verbally, what are 5 key skills you should be paying attention to in your communication delivery? What are those 5 vocal skills that we talked about?
Five key skills that you're paying. You've got to stop what you're doing. Listen. Take a breath.
That was in active listening.
Oh, that was in the active listening.
So think about what you can do to modulate your voice.
Oh, with the, okay, your tone,
Yep.
your pitch.
Yep.
Your tone, your pitch. Tone, pitch, loudness,
Yep.
emphasize.
Yep. I'll give you an example. What do the auctioneers do? They talk really
Loud,
and
fast.
yeah.
There you
speed.
go.
Yeah. So yeah, volume,
Volume,
pitch,
pitch.
pace, tone, and emphasis. Do you ever been to an auction before?
No, actually, I haven't.
Do you know why they speak so fast?
No.
Because they're putting pressure on everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, they're constantly putting pressure on their entire audience.
Yeah.
To get them to spend more money. Everyone's going, oh my god, I've got to put my finger.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
okay.
constantly keeping the audience under stress to get what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the biggest barrier to effective communication when using your phone?
Not communicating properly. Like, you know, you might say something on the phone, but you're not actually. You might miss a few things.
Yeah. What else?
So-
the person on the other end of the phone, when they're listening to you, what can't they do?
They can't see you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
just a quick recap.
Yep.
What is communication and why is it important? So we had a definition before,
Yes.
and we know why it is.
Yeah.
It is in every aspect of our lives, all day, every day, no matter who we interact with, we're communicating.
Yeah.
What is effective verbal communication? We've just been over that.
Yeah.
Speaking clearly,
Speaking, yeah.
active listening,
Mhm.
being polite, using your manners. These things make up all of the basis of effective communication verbally.
Yep.
We talked about volume, pitch, pace, tone, and emphasis.
Mhm.
I didn't steal your coffee
Yeah.
or someone else's.
Yeah.
And yeah, how to use your communication skills on the phone.
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah.
That actually concludes our
Okay.
presentation for today. did you have any questions before we wrap it all up?
No, I think it's pretty good. I think you put some very good valid points across.
Yep.
I think with being in the call centre, we do have to be mindful that towards the end of an 8-hour day or whatever, you know, you are getting tired, you are getting all that kind of stuff, and
Yep.
it's like, yeah, we need to be a little bit more mindful. But yeah, other than that, no, I think you've delivered well,
Thank you.
and your emphasis and your tone and your pitch and all that. It's
You want to think
very
I know what I'm
important.
talking about.
You wanna, yeah, it's very important. So, but no, thank you.
That's
that
great.
was good.
So I do just need you to complete an anonymous learner evaluation form.
Yeah.
So AWT uses these just to gain meaningful feedback from all of our students and learners.
Yeah.
You know, tell us exactly how you feel.
Yeah.
Give us some honest feedback about it. And that way that helps us with our continuous improvement of our training products.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you could fill that out, that would be great. I'll just grab that for you now.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Awesome.
That's good. And when do we need to have this back to you by?
If you can fill it out now, that would be fantastic.
Yep.
And then, yeah, I'll just collect it and we'll put it into our database. There you go.
Okay.
Thanks very much.
That's okay.
It was lovely to meet you, Jack.
Yes, you too. Thank you, Josh.